Have you checked your bank account yet? Because if you're one of the more than 70 million Americans receiving Social Security benefits, retirement benefits, SSDI, or survivor benefits, there's one important thing you should know before assuming your August payment is late or that something has gone wrong. Every month, thousands of beneficiaries become worried when they don't see their money on the day they expected. Some call their bank immediately. Others spend hours trying to reach the Social Security Administration, only to discover that their payment wasn't actually late at all. It was simply scheduled for a different day based on their birth date or benefit type. And that's exactly what we're covering today. We'll explain the complete Social Security payment schedule for August 2026, why some people receive their money earlier than others, how to estimate your monthly benefit, the most common reasons payments appear delayed, and the simple steps you should take before assuming there's a problem. There's also one mistake that many retirees make every single month that can create unnecessary stress. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to avoid it. So stay with us because this information could save you time, worry, and a lot of confusion. Let's begin. For millions of Americans, Social Security isn't just another monthly payment. It's the income they depend on to pay their mortgage or rent, buy groceries, cover utility bills, purchase medications, and handle everyday expenses. That's why even a one-day delay can feel incredibly stressful. But the good news is that in most cases, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for why your payment arrives when it does. One of the biggest misconceptions is that everyone receives their Social Security payment on the same day each month. That's simply not how the system works. The Social Security Administration uses different payment schedules depending on when you first started receiving benefits and, for most beneficiaries, your date of birth. If you're receiving retirement benefits or Social Security disability insurance, and you started receiving benefits after May 1997, your payment date is generally based on your birthday. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your payment is typically issued on the second Wednesday of the month. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, your payment is generally scheduled for the third Wednesday. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your payment is usually sent on the fourth Wednesday. This schedule helps spread payments throughout the month and allows the Social Security Administration to process millions of payments efficiently. However, not everyone follows this birth date schedule. If you began receiving Social Security benefits before May of 1997, your payment is generally sent earlier in the month under a different schedule. Likewise, people receiving Supplemental Security Income, commonly known as SSI, follow a separate payment calendar. That's why it's important to know exactly which benefit program you receive before comparing your payment date with someone else's. Many viewers tell us that a friend or family member received their money before they did, and they immediately assume something is wrong. In reality, both payments may be completely on time because each person falls into a different payment category. Another factor that often surprises people is the role your bank plays in the process. Even after the Social Security Administration sends your payment, your financial institution still has to process and post the deposit to your account. Some banks make funds available as soon as they receive them. Others may take additional time, depending on their internal processing systems. This is why two people with the exact same payment date may actually see the money appear in their accounts at different times during the day. Some beneficiaries wake up and see the deposit already available before sunrise. Others don't see it until later that afternoon. That difference alone has caused countless unnecessary phone calls to banks and government offices. Now let's talk about another question we hear all the time. Why doesn't everyone receive the same amount? The answer is actually quite simple. Your monthly Social Security benefit is based primarily on your lifetime earnings and your work history. Throughout your career, the Social Security Administration keeps a record of your taxable earnings. Those earnings are used to calculate your retirement benefit. The age at which you decide to claim benefits also plays a major role. Someone who begins collecting benefits before reaching full retirement age will generally receive a reduced monthly payment compared to someone who waits until full retirement age or even delays claiming benefits until age 70. That's why neighbors, siblings, or even spouses can receive very different benefit amounts. Your benefit is personal to your own earnings history and claiming decisions. There are other reasons your deposited amount may differ from your gross benefit as well. For example, many retirees have their Medicare Part B premium automatically deducted from their Social Security payment. Others choose to have federal income taxes withheld. These deductions reduce the amount that actually reaches their bank account. So if your deposited amount seems lower than expected, don't immediately assume your benefit has been reduced. Review your benefit statement to see whether deductions have been applied. Another common source of confusion happens after someone changes banks. Imagine this scenario. A retiree opens a new checking account and closes the old one without updating their direct deposit information with Social Security. When payment day arrives, the money is sent to the previous account. This situation can delay access to funds until the banking information is corrected. That's why it's always a good idea to verify your direct deposit details whenever you change financial institutions. Keeping your mailing address current is equally important. Even if you receive payments electronically, the Social Security Administration may still send important notices by mail regarding your benefits, tax documents, Medicare information, or account updates. Missing one of those notices could create unnecessary complications later. Many beneficiaries also ask whether they should worry if they don't receive their payment first thing in the morning. The answer is generally no. Banks process electronic deposits at different times. Some institutions update accounts overnight, while others post deposits during regular business hours. If you don't see your payment early in the day, it doesn't automatically mean anything is wrong. Waiting until later in the day is often enough for the deposit to appear. Of course, if your expected payment still hasn't arrived after allowing for normal bank processing, there are a few steps you can take. First, log into your bank account carefully and review all recent deposits. Sometimes payments are credited under descriptions that don't immediately catch your attention. Next, confirm that your payment date actually applies to your birthday and benefit category. Many payment concerns turn out to be simple misunderstandings about the payment calendar. If everything appears correct and the payment is still missing after appropriate processing time, contact your financial institution to determine whether a deposit is pending or whether any account issue exists. Only after checking with your bank should you consider contacting the Social Security Administration if necessary. Having your Social Security number, identification, and banking information available can help speed up the process if additional assistance is needed. Let's also talk briefly about scams because, unfortunately, they continue to target retirees across the country. Criminals often take advantage of payment days by sending fake emails, text messages, or phone calls claiming there's a problem with your Social Security account. They may tell you your payment has been suspended or that your account needs immediate verification. Their goal is to create panic. Remember this. The Social Security Administration generally does not call unexpectedly demanding immediate payment, gift cards, cryptocurrency, or confidential banking information over the phone. If you receive a suspicious message claiming your benefits are at risk, don't click links or provide personal information until you've independently verified the communication through official channels. Protecting your Social Security information is just as important as monitoring your monthly payment. Another helpful habit is regularly reviewing your personal Social Security account online. It allows you to monitor your payment history, confirm your direct deposit information, review benefit notices, and keep your personal information up to date. Checking your account periodically can help you identify potential issues before they become major problems. As we wrap up, let's quickly review the key points. Your August 2026 Social Security payment date depends primarily on your benefit type and, for many beneficiaries, your birthday. Not everyone receives their payment on the same day, and that's completely normal. Your monthly benefit amount is based on your personal work history, earnings, retirement decisions, and any applicable deductions, such as Medicare premiums or voluntary tax withholding. If your payment doesn't appear immediately, remember that banks process deposits on different schedules, and slight timing differences are common. Before assuming something is wrong, verify your payment schedule. Check your bank account carefully and confirm that your direct deposit information is current. Most importantly, stay alert for scams that attempt to exploit Social Security beneficiaries by creating unnecessary fear and urgency. Being informed is one of the best ways to protect both your benefits and your peace of mind. If you found today's update helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we regularly cover Social Security updates, retirement news, Medicare information, SSDI developments, and other important financial topics that affect millions of Americans. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next update. One important question that comes up every single month is this: how can I tell if the amount I received is actually correct? It's a fair question, especially when prices continue to change and many retirees are carefully managing every dollar in their monthly budget. The first thing to understand is that your Social Security payment is based on a formula unique to you. It isn't a flat amount that everyone receives. The Social Security Administration calculates your benefit using your lifetime earnings, the number of years you worked, and the age at which you claim benefits. For example, someone who worked for 40 years with consistently higher earnings may receive a much larger monthly payment than someone who worked fewer years or had lower average earnings. Likewise, a person who delayed claiming benefits until age 70 generally receives a higher monthly benefit than someone who claimed at age 62. This is why comparing your payment with your neighbors or even family members doesn't tell you whether your payment is correct. Every case is different. If you ever want to verify your exact benefit amount, your annual benefit statement and your online Social Security account are usually the best places to start. They provide a detailed breakdown of your monthly benefit, any deductions, and your payment history. Now, let's talk about something that catches many people by surprise: bank processing times. Many beneficiaries assume that once the Social Security Administration sends a payment, the money instantly appears in their account. In reality, that's not always the case. The payment first moves through the federal payment system before reaching your financial institution. From there, each bank or credit union has its own processing schedule. Some banks credit deposits shortly after midnight. Others process government payments during normal business hours. A few may even make qualifying direct deposits available early as part of their banking services. This means your friend could see their payment at 6 o'clock in the morning while yours doesn't appear until later in the afternoon, even though both payments were sent on exactly the same day. That's why financial experts often recommend waiting until the end of the business day before assuming a payment is missing. Another situation worth discussing is what happens when a payment date falls on a weekend or federal holiday. Government payment schedules are designed to avoid those situations whenever possible. If a scheduled payment date lands on a day when banks are closed, payments are often adjusted according to the official payment calendar. This is one reason it's always helpful to check the Social Security payment schedule each month, rather than relying solely on memory from previous months. Now, let's address another question many viewers ask. What should I do if my payment amount changes unexpectedly? If your monthly deposit is different from what you normally receive, don't panic. There are several possible explanations. For some beneficiaries, Medicare premiums may have changed. Others may have updated their tax withholding preferences. In some cases, previous adjustments or corrections to benefit records can affect a monthly payment. The important thing is to review any notices you've received and compare your current payment with your official benefit information before assuming an error has occurred. Keeping copies of your annual Social Security letters can also make it easier to understand any changes throughout the year. Another smart financial habit is maintaining a small emergency cushion whenever possible. Even though Social Security payments are generally very reliable, unexpected banking issues, severe weather events, technical outages, or other unforeseen circumstances can occasionally create short-term delays. Having enough savings to cover a few essential expenses can provide valuable peace of mind if you ever experience a temporary interruption. Of course, we understand that building an emergency fund isn't easy for everyone, especially with today's cost of living. But even setting aside a small amount each month can make a meaningful difference over time. Let's also discuss direct deposit security. Since the vast majority of beneficiaries receive payments electronically, protecting your bank account has become more important than ever. Use strong passwords for your online banking accounts. Enable two-factor authentication if your bank offers it. Never share verification codes with anyone over the phone, even if they claim to represent a government agency or your financial institution. Scammers have become increasingly sophisticated, often using caller ID spoofing and realistic-looking text messages to trick people into revealing personal information. Remember, if something feels rushed or suspicious, take a moment to verify the request independently before taking any action. Now here's one final piece of advice that financial planners often give retirees. Instead of planning major bills around the first day of every month, consider scheduling automatic payments a day or two after your expected Social Security deposit whenever possible. This simple adjustment creates a small buffer in case your bank posts deposits later in the day or experiences minor processing delays. It can help reduce unnecessary overdraft fees and provide greater financial flexibility. As we come to the end of today's discussion, remember that understanding how Social Security payments work can eliminate a lot of unnecessary stress. Knowing your payment schedule, reviewing your benefit information regularly, keeping your banking details up to date, and staying alert for scams are all simple steps that can help ensure your benefits continue arriving smoothly month after month. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us today. If you found this information useful, be sure to subscribe for more updates on Social Security, Medicare, retirement planning, SSDI, SSI, and other important financial news affecting Americans across the country. We'll continue bringing you clear, easy-to-understand updates so you can stay informed and make confident financial decisions. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.